and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be replacing these stock headlights with some upgraded LED headlights on this Jeep JK. Let's get started. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. What we're going to be doing today is replacing the stock halogen headlights that come on the Jeep JK with an upgraded set of aftermarket LED headlights. Now I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process, so if you're wanting to do this to your Jeep JK, this is going to be the perfect video for you. We're going to get started by first opening up your hood. Now my hood, I have the JL style latches. So mine's going to be a little different from yours unless you have installed the JL style latches on your hood as well. But as simple as removing your latches, throwing your hood prop in place. Now before we get too far into this, I'm going to show you guys the ones that I purchased. Now the ones that I purchased are plug and play. You can put them right in and they'll be good to go, or they come with another feature of daytime running lights and also using your headlights as a turn signal. I'll show you guys how to hook up all that, so you'll be able to do this too if you decide to hook all that up in yours. So let me get that headlight. I'm going to show you the headlights we got, and then I'm going to show you how to take this apart step by step so you can do this on your Jeep. Let me start off by showing you the headlights we got here. These are 7-inch round LED. There's the part number for you. These are made by Seno Parcel. Yeah, and there's some other stuff on the side of the box there. We'll go ahead and open these up. The packaging is pretty nice. Comes with your installation instructions there on how to hook up. They give you a set of gloves with these. Then here's our headlight. I don't know if you can see it very well with the plastic on here, so I'm going to take this plastic off so you can see. That looks mean. So this is going to be your low beam. The bottom portion of the LED is your high beam. And then if you see these two on the side, they kind of curve in. Those are going to be your daytime running lights if you choose to hook them up. Also, if you choose to hook them up, they will turn amber and flash as your turn signal indicator. Alright, I'm going to start off by showing you guys how to remove this grill on the JKs. Super easy. You're going to have 6 of these. There's going to be 3 per side if you split your hood in the middle. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then other than that, the bottom part of this grill pulls out, but you're going to have 4 of these. Hopefully you can see that okay. That's just like a little friction clip that goes inside of that subframe there. And you should be able to pull these out, but what I like to do is get a screwdriver in on the top side of that and push down, and then kind of twist your screwdriver, and you see how that's moving out already. After we get all of these out, we'll pry on all of these at the bottom. There's 4 again. I'll show you them. There's 1, 2, 3, and there's your 4th one. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to remove one of these that's on the top side of your bumper, or grill rather, sorry. And then after I show you that, I'll set the camera down and I'll pull all of these out. There's a couple different ways to do it. They make a special pair of pliers that grabs 2 sides of this and pops it up. I don't have that, but I do have a flathead screwdriver, so I'm going to opt just to put a screwdriver in there. Twist on it a little bit, and you see the center portion pops up, and when that center portion pops up, you can remove the clip. So we're just going to do that the remaining 5 times, and then we'll pry the bottom tabs off and get this grill off. And again, I'm just using a single flathead screwdriver. If you wanted to, you could get 2 flatheads and go at opposing ends of that center portion of the retainer to get it to pop up. But as you see, I'm doing just fine with one here. Alright, that's the last one from the top. And now I'll kind of pull on the bottom as I'm prying those clips out. And you'll hear it let go. I'm sure you can hear it on the video. Okay, now with all those removed, this just simply pulls back. And now we just have to unhook our fog lights to remove this front grill. I'll bring you over here on this fog light because there's a lock on the connector. That way you can see exactly how to remove that lock, and then we'll move on from there. Alright, so here's our connector, okay? Grab your same flathead screwdriver and you'll see this red locking tab down in here, and then this tab that moves is the one we're going to be pushing on to release this connector. But the first thing you have to do is get this locking tab out of the way. So take that screwdriver you had and just pry up on it until it's out of the way. And then you can push down on the tab and it'll slide right out. So I'm going to go do the same thing to the other side, and then we'll take this grill off. This other locking tab's just slightly difficult because it's on the bottom side of the connector. But just take your time, you'll get it. There we go. Like I said, just take your time and you'll get it. Also, your wire loom runs on the part side of this grill, right behind it. So just be mindful of that when you're taking your grill off. But now that we have those fog lights disconnected, this entire grill section comes out. And we'll also be replacing these turn signal lights in another video. So keep a lookout for that. Okay, the next thing we're going to want to do is remove these old headlights. So they're held in by 4 screws, and they're T15 or a Torx 15 bit. You remove those, this metal housing will come out, and then the entire light will come out. Let's go ahead and remove those now. Alright, another quick tip here while we're working on this. So as you notice, this top one I'm leaving for last. I do that for a reason. It's so I can support the light with the back of my hand while I'm removing this screw to keep the light from falling and shattering. Now even if it fell a little bit, will the pigtail and the wiring catch it? Yes, probably, but I'd rather it not fall. Okay, so now we have it supported. We can pull the light and this retaining ring out as an assembly. And again, we're going to have a red locking tab on our connector. So keep your flat blade screwdriver close and handy. Pry up on that locking tab. Now you can depress this lever in the back. Connector comes off. Now we have our old headlight out. So now we'll grab the new headlight and I'll show you how that goes in. Alright, so we have one of our headlights here, as well as this adapter that it comes with to plug into the factory wiring harness. So we'll start by plugging in their adapter, and you could slide the red locking tab back down to keep this locked, and then we'll plug the headlight in. Okay, now after we get there, we can turn the headlight on to ensure that it functions properly. So I'll do that now. The headlight does come on. I'll show you that. Look at how much brighter that is compared to the stock so far. Much brighter. Okay, so now that we've ensured function of the headlights, I'm going to turn the headlights off. Now the only thing left to do, if you want to, is hook these two up on the headlight. Let me get this connector in view so you can see what I'm talking about. So on this aftermarket headlight, comes with two of these. They say the red one is your daytime running lights, the yellow one is your turn signal. So you can take the pigtail from your turn signal and you can tap into the turn signal power wire and wire it to the yellow one, and these outside markers will flash whenever you turn your blinker on. So that's what we're gonna do. Like I said, you could just put this headlight in, plug it up, and not hook up the daytime running lights or the turn signals, but I'm gonna hook up both just in case you want to hook those up. I'll show you how to do the wiring. If you don't want to know how to do those, you can skip ahead in the video and watch as we finish installing this, and then we'll install the other one. And like I said, come back for another video. I have some different of the small turn signals that go on the bottom on their way. Should be here today, but we'll make another video installing those. So if you're going to stick around for wiring up the daytime running lights and the turn signals, we'll get started on that now. Let me grab my test light. We're going to test some fuses in the fuse box. We need a fused accessory or key switched power for the daytime running lights, and then we're going to need to tap in to the hot on the turn signal for our turn signal indicator on these lights to function properly. So let me grab a test light. I'll show you what's what, where to test, show you how to get these hooked up. Alright, so let me show you what we got and how to test it. So this is the front of the Jeep. If you come around to your passenger side and you open your fuse box, it's right here. If you come in the very top left corner from where you will be standing, see these smaller fuses here? This second one down is a 20 amp fuse, and your fuse box says it's your daytime running lights. So if you want to tap into that power, that's a key switched power, and we are about to test that to verify. Right now I'm going to show you how to do that. So my test light here is hooked to battery negative. So we're going to test our equipment first. Touch battery positive, it lights up. Okay. So we're going to check. The key is off currently, so we're going to check this. Okay, no power, no power. So I'm going to go turn the ignition on. Then we'll come back and we will retest that fuse and see if we got power with the key on. Okay, my key is on now. Can you see that test light lit up? So as you can see, we do have power on that fuse with the key on, and then when you turn your keys off, the daytime running lights will shut off. That's exactly what we want. Let me show you again where that fuse is. In the fuse box, top left corner, second smaller fuse down will be a 20 amp fuse. So we're going to tap into that for our daytime running lights, and then I will show you how to test for the turn signals. Alright, so I have my test light down here now. We are in the front left side. This is where your headlight goes up here. And then down here, this plug that plugs into our turn signal, this is the one we're after. So we're going to use our test light. I'm going to go turn the key on, and I'm going to turn the blinker on for this side of the vehicle. And then we'll stick our test light in there, and whichever one is the power for our turn signal, or the signal for the turn signal rather, we should see a flashing test light, which will mean flashing on and off intermittent power, and that's the one we want to tap into to run these turn signals. Let me go turn the power on and I'll show you how to test that. Okay, key is now on. This blinker is on. Hopefully you can see that on the screen. Can you see the light flashing in the test light? Hopefully the camera's picking up the flashing and it doesn't just look steady. But on this connector, the side that you depress to take the light out, it's the one closest to that side. On yours it may be different, so just test this and ensure that you're getting a flashing test light on and off with your blinker on, and this will be your blinker signal that we're going to tap into for this aftermarket light. Alright, so now we're back into the headlight housing here. What holds the headlight, you'll see these bigger rectangle marks. They're going to line up with these on the headlight. Now these aftermarket ones, they don't fit just the best, but we're going to make this work. So there's 3 of those around, and what you want to do is take a razor blade, or in my case I got a little chisel, and just shave off a little bit of that to get your new one to fit. So you're going to have to make some minor adjustments to this old housing here to get the new headlight to fit. But hey, don't be afraid to trim this stuff away, or really cut this up. You could completely cut these out if you wanted to. I'm just going to try to trim them, but you could completely cut these out, and then that retainer will hold the headlight in. These just help keep it from moving side to side. So guys, don't be afraid to modify this OE housing to fit your upgraded equipment, or don't be afraid to basically get rid of it altogether to get in what you want, because this is your Jeep. Make it yours. Alright, welcome back guys. It's the next day. So I got some of these bullet connectors here, and I'm using these to attach into these. So the plan is, since the fuse box is on the passenger side, we're connecting to the one on the driver's side. I'm going to run a wire over here, butt splice, and then from that butt splice I'll run 2 wires out. One will come to this other headlight, and then I'll have 1 wire going to the fuse box to terminate at that fuse for both. I'm going to put another wire into the turn signal that we tested yesterday now, but just a few seconds earlier in this video for you, and then we'll run from this turn signal up the loom and then connect to the turn signal indicator. So I'm going to let the camera run, just let you watch me work. Take a quick second to show you what I've done here. So we've got the bullet connector connected there, runs into the headlight bucket, through the radiator support along this wire loom. I've zip tied it up, comes across the front, then back up by your power steering reservoir. I've got both the headlights on one side and the power on the other side. This is a weather pack connector. It's been heat shrinked down, so this side comes out to both headlights. The passenger side just drops down right here through the headlight bucket down to the headlight. Another female style bullet connector, and it's plugged in. I'm going to put some tape around these connections just so they don't get shorted out. If this pulls back at all, that would be exposed, and I don't want that to be exposed, so I am going to run some tape around all these. But anyways, then from your connection here, go around on the underside of your air box, between your air box and your fuse box, back up into your fuse box. There's a slot here already, so no need to cut anything. Right into that 20 amp fuse we tested yesterday. Now we're going to move on to the blinkers. Again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the wire for the blinkers and then splice it to this connector. Since all of this is back up in the headlight bucket, I have some wires, so we'll just run a wire up this, connect it there, and we'll be done. I'm going to set you guys down again, just let you watch me do it. Done. Headlights are back in, as you can see, but before we reinstall the grill, it's always a good idea, let's check functionality of these to ensure that we have all the connections done properly, something's not left unhooked, and then after we check functionality, then we'll put the grill on. Should be daytime running lights. Okay, it is. We'll check both blinkers. We'll do passenger blinker first. Okay, that did change. Now we'll do driver blinker. Perfect. Everything's working. Let's put it back together. There you have it, guys. It's all done. Our upgraded LED headlights for your JK. Now if you like this video, please like down below. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you can get notified when I post some more videos. Next video coming up, we're also going to replace our turn signal marker lights down here. Got some of those on the way. We'll be replacing those next, so stick around, guys. Thanks for watching.